The title of this presentation is The Menace and Mitigation of Air Pollution in the Built Environment. The authors of this conference paper are Chidozie Charles Nnaji, Emeka Bright-Ogbuene, Cordelia Mama, Christopher Fangide, Chekwubechukwu Chibueze, and Joseph Lagasi. Air pollution is a global phenomenon, and it has assumed a worrying dimension of late. No country on earth is free from air pollution because air pollution results from anthropogenic activities, which are basically activities of mankind. Onitsha, Nigeria is the most polluted city in the world, according to the WHO. One of the deadliest air pollutants known is carbon monoxide. This is a colorless, odorless gas which is usually emitted from vehicles and generator exhaust resulting from incomplete combustion. This gas has the ability to cause death within a few minutes of exposure. We can find from table 1 here, which is a list compiled by WHO consisting of the 20 most polluted cities in the world. There are actually 4 Nigerian cities on this list. We have Onitsha as the most polluted, we have Aba, we have Kaduna, and we have Umar. What are the causes of air pollution? Basically, air pollution is caused by industrialization and urbanization, and also is associated and followed by climate change. The range of specific causes of air pollution is basically inexhaustible. A summary has been provided in table 1. In table 1, we find the most common air pollutants, sulfur dioxide, which results from burning of coal, volcanic eruption, smelting, oil refinery, and automobiles. This gas is colorless, soluble in water, harsh, and has an irritating smell. The next one is nitrogen dioxide, which results from burning of coal and gas, from automobile exhaust, from lightning and metal refining. It's a reddish brown gas which is soluble in water. It is also odorless and can cause death in low concentrations. Ozone results from the reaction between volatile organic carbons and nitrous oxide. It's colorless, it is highly irritating, it is soluble in water, it is unstable. It also has a sweetish smell. Then the next is hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is usually associated with waste and wastewater treatment, as well as volcanoes. It has a characteristic rotten egg smell. It is soluble in water. We have also carbon monoxide, which results basically from incomplete combustion of fossil fuel, either from generators or from automobiles, or from even cooking stoves and gases, or burning of biomass. This gas is odorless and colorless, which makes it very, very dangerous and sparingly soluble. Then there is also particulate matter. These are actually minute particles emitted basically during combustion as a result of incomplete combustion. Health impacts of air pollution. The latest United Nations report shows that 800 persons die of air pollution every hour. This amounts to 19,200 deaths on a daily basis. Health impacts can be short-term, which include flu, dryness of throat, headaches, dizziness, general weakness, and cough. Can also be terminal or chronic, which include cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorders, COPDs, bronchitis, emphysema, asthma, cardiac failure, impairment of the immune system, and reduced lung function. It can also be psychological, in which case, stress might result, depression, anxiety, irritation, quick temper, mood swings, aggressive behaviors, and so on and so forth. Some of the air pollutants already mentioned, nitrogen oxide and the rest of them, have specific health impacts associated with them. And table 2 has that list. Nitrogen dioxide causes respiratory irritation, It also causes bronchial hyperresponsiveness and decrease in lung function. Sulfur dioxide causes also respiratory irritation as well as decrease in lung function. Lead, which can be in particulate form, causes neurological damage, renal failure, and cancers. Particulate matter can cause lung damage, nose and throat irritation, bronchitis, strokes. In fact, particulate matters are leading causes of stroke worldwide. Then carbon monoxide causes headaches, nausea, confusion, and death by asphyxiation. And then volatile organic compounds can cause a wide range of cancers, neurological damage, reproductive and birth disorders, as well as eye irritation. Besides health impact, these pollutants also have environmental effect. Nitrogen dioxide can cause acid rain. Sulfur dioxide can also cause acid rain. Lead, in particulate form, can affect plant growth, leading to stuntedness of growth. Particulate matter usually causes defacing of buildings, leading to loss of aesthetics, as can be seen in defaced buildings, discoloration of building structures and the rest of them. Carbon monoxide causes formation of ground level ozone, which ultimately leads to global warming. A bit more about carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. We've said before, it is colorless, it is odorless, it is tasteless. What are the sources? Incomplete combustion from charcoal stove, from wood, from fuel or diesel generators, and automobile exhaust. What are the effects? It causes death by asphyxiation. Over 10,000 Nigerians died between 2008 and 2014 as a result of carbon monoxide inhaled from generator fumes. Cases have been recorded. Accidental carbon monoxide poisoning is estimated to result in societal cost of over $1.3 billion in direct hospital costs and loss of earnings. Indoor air quality and the sick building syndrome. The sick building syndrome is a phenomenon that is caused or that results when there are air pollutants within the indoor environment, leading to a wide range of health challenges and discomforts. Basically, it results from poor indoor air quality. In order to minimize episodes of indoor air pollution and attendant health risk, the airflow rate should be maintained at 20 cubic feet per minute per person in homes or 60 cubic feet per minute per person in smoking lounges. Now, the sick building syndrome can be specifically caused by inadequate ventilation, infiltration of outdoor pollutants, biological contaminants such as pollens, spores, bacteria, viruses, fungi, and mold on some surfaces in the home. Can also be as a result of escape of volatile organic compounds from certain substances in the home, such as paints, wood varnish, aerosol spray, disinfectants, air fresheners, fuel, pesticides, and insecticides. And also from contaminants generated within the home, either during cooking and other domestic activities. What are the steps to mitigate air pollution and its impact? Basically, the fight against air pollution has been on for a long time. In December 2015, a total of 195 countries ratified a universal agreement to combat climate change in Paris. What are the steps that can be taken to combat air pollution? One is replacement of fossil fuel with renewable energy. Now, Owusu 2016 observed that the energy from solar radiation falling on the Earth's surface is more than 7,500 times the world's total annual energy demand. One of the most promising sources of renewable energy is solar radiation. And solar PVs, that is photovoltaic cells, have become very popular of late. Currently, there are over 350 PV companies worldwide, most of which are domiciled in China. The table below shows the top 5 largest PV plants globally. You have one in Ukraine, you have one in the United States, you have one in China, you have 2 in Chile. Electric vehicles are becoming very popular of late. In the United States, demand for electric vehicles jumped from 17,375 in 2011 to 52,835 in 2012. However, there are challenges associated with the penetration of electric vehicles. Primarily, we have high cost of purchase, less power, and then lack of awareness. And of course, the erratic power supply in developing countries presents a very huge challenge for utilization of EVs, electric vehicles, in these countries. Air pollution can also be mitigated by a proactive approach of air quality monitoring. Since air pollutants are either colorless or odorless or both, air can be heavily polluted without any visible sign. And as such, it becomes difficult to know when the air is polluted. Hence, there is need to provide a database of air pollutants to help combat their effect. TL in 2018 developed a rechargeable, low-cost and portable device for monitoring indoor environmental quality for less than 200 euros. An example of a portable air Android-enabled quality monitors include both indoor and outdoor quality is the Air Visual, which can collect air quality data of an area using a combination of high accuracy laser air quality sensor with artificial intelligence. Some of the devices are connected to the mobile phone via a mobile app and are able to transmit reports to a central database for everyone to view using the mobile app. With this, it becomes easy to have a central and a global database of air quality data all over the world for policy making and ease of management. One of the most important ways to combat air pollution is by policy approach. Some countries have imposed restrictions on major pollution sources, including vehicles, power plants, transport, and industrial sectors. In fact, China as a country and some other advanced countries have imposed such restrictions. However, there are specific policy acts that need to be mentioned. The Clean Air Act of 1970 of the United States aims at setting of standards and objectives, design and implementation of control strategies, assessment of status, and measurement of progress. There is also the Atmospheric Pollution Prevention and Control Action enacted by China in 2013, which was intended to reduce particulate matter less than 2.5 microns by 25% by 2017 relative to the 2012 level. However, Ramineva and Rompanen 2017 noted that even the EU has adequate air policies, but as usual, and as is the case with many countries, implementation and compliance presents a very serious challenge. However, we have articulated measures that individuals can take to protect themselves from air pollution. Number one is remaining indoors. As much as possible, people should remain indoors unless there is need to be outdoors. However, remaining indoors will also mean that the indoor air quality must be of satisfactory level. Then there is also reducing exposure in microenvironments near sources. This has to do with siting of industrial sources, development of residential areas near serious sources of air pollution like gas flaring points, like quarry dust areas and the rest of them. Then avoiding outdoor activity during periods and in locations where pollutant levels are high. Then there is also reduction of outdoor air infiltration indoors. Now this will have to do with making sure that indoors are airtight doors, airtight windows are provided during times of peak pollution. Reduction of physical exertion when outdoor or when close to sources of pollution. And of course, using of personal protective equipment. And this is very germane as we are in the face of COVID-19, where people have to wear masks and other protective equipment, in order to move around. Conclusion: air pollution is deadly and is responsible for millions of deaths annually, and specifically hundreds of thousands of deaths worldwide linked to carbon monoxide. Mitigating air pollution through specific and targeted policies are one of the greatest sustainable measures for air pollution. Finally, individuals must take responsibility for protecting themselves and protecting their environment. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening.